game. We lost Take TV. Give us a sec to confirm. Because Caster A is still in here. Caster A. It's like now or never, bro.
Yeah.
Okay then.
Alright, we're just gonna go with it. I mean, I know Take TV's got a bunch of computers, so I'm assuming that the second one's good. We're not intentionally trying to scumbag Take TV, but
What?
okay, well, if it's not an issue, we're not gonna remake it. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome
did you
back.
not realize?
I don't know. Maybe not. Like I said, welcome back. We are in game number 3. This is the winners match of Group D, the deciding match for one of these two players to get out of this group alive. Of course, the loser will go fight the winner of MMA versus Revival, but that match has yet to play out, so we'll find out who wins that one in a moment. For now, focusing on the game at hand, spawning in the bottom left corner of the map, the blue Zerg player from Rocket, Hyun.
And in the upper right, as the red Protoss, it's Stork.
Hailing from Samsung Galaxy. I'm Rifkin. We've been casting all day with Zombie Grub, and of course, just recently joining us on the cast is NamrUUG. So glad to have you here, man.
Glad to be here.
I'm glad you got here for that last game specifically. Oh my god.
Yeah. That was so weird. Like, I don't know, I was just thinking, I couldn't help but think that game, did Hyun really need to base trade? Like, he had so many Hydras and stuff. He just made that game, like, weird for, like, almost no reason. I don't know, it was kind of funny.
I don't know, but I want to talk for a second about the incredibly dedicated probe control just now to keep that drone from coming into block. If you guys didn't see the highlights, like, some people haven't. There's a game Stork played versus True where it was like an insane amount of hatchery and evolution chamber blocks over and over and over and over again. And I can only imagine, like, anytime Stork sees a drone in his natural from another Korean, it's like post-traumatic stress syndrome, it's just like, or disorder, like, not again! Not again! So he keeps the drone out, and Hyun actually, he peeks in a scout, but sadly doesn't get too much done with this. Because, I gotta be honest, I kinda think that was gonna be for that drone block, or the hatchery block.
Yeah, I think he would have done it if the opportunity was given, but it's nice by Stork there because he was going for the Nexus first. So if a Nexus first gets hatch blocked, I mean, that's disastrous for the Protoss. So nice by Stork to, you know, make sure that doesn't happen. And Hyun, I mean, he's still, you know, this is kind of what he does. I see him do it a lot of the time. He does go for that 10 scout and then goes for the, you know, the 15 hatch, unless he blocks early, I guess, the opponent's hatch. But then, you know, he sees the Nexus first now because he couldn't hatch block, and he just goes triple hatch before pool. And goes gasless with that, so even though he drone scouted, he's gonna have a, you know, a nice economic build here, and so is Stork, but at least, you know, Hyun knows exactly what's up, I guess.
Yeah, there's not a lot of times you can really afford to play greedy like this unless you want to play risky. This is one of those more like assured greeds. The Overlord also sitting above the natural for so long is because he knows there's not going to be a cyber core, it's not done. You're never going to use it, there's not going to be anything else to kill it, so he can just sit here for a little bit of time, but he's got to start moving about now. Well, potential wall coming up here in a moment's time. For Hyun, by the way, the way that last game played out, I mean, the ending was very thrilling, but let's not forget too, prior to that, we had him really over-dedicating. He got a kill on the Nexus, which was really cool, but then really over-dedicating to an attack that wasn't getting a lot done. I think this game, if he's on 3 bases, maybe a little bit stronger, goes for the actual Roach all-in. Because, I mean, that last game was kind of like a half-assed all-in from Hyun.
Yeah. Maybe. I think that's mostly like a result, though, of just him being so ahead. He just wanted to kind of end it and just maybe not playing as patient as he should have, I guess, is easy way to say it in hindsight, that, you know, it's better to just get more ahead when you're ahead, right? So he didn't really go for that. He just went for the attack, didn't work, and then Stork kind of got back into it. But Stork really, I mean, he still played that game well, though. Like, it's amazing that he was able to get that close, despite it was also partly Hyun's mistake of committing too much to the attack. But this is a lot of gateways, right? It's like 4?
Yeah, 4.
And a forge behind it.
This isn't going to be like chronoed out +1 timing though, so I mean this is just potential third base snipe. Or he's just getting the production. I mean, really, you don't see that 4th, it's usually you sit on 3 if you're worried about defending, right? Like, you don't see that 4th one come down unless there's some plans. But Link slipped by, you can see 3 of the gates, but they won't get to the main to see the 4th. The Overlord will, though.
What's going on? There's no pylon in production. Yeah, one pylon goes down now. Like, he's been supply blocked already for like 20 seconds, and now he makes the pylon. So.
The 4 gate, I mean, Okay, so guys, when we say 4-gate, it doesn't always mean all-in automatically. You know, sometimes we say things like 8 gates. Yeah, that's a little bit more all-in. But Stork's actually playing like a defensive 4-gate, I say the question mark, because the other thing too is like, yeah, there's only just now a probe going down the map, and Hyun's gonna find it, so pylons will not be an issue. He's not gonna be able to warp anything in.
Yeah, I think it's just, yeah, okay, we see the probe going to the third now. I was gonna say, I think it's just gonna be, with a +1 so far off, it's just gonna be like a sentry pressure with a third behind it, so he's just gonna force out units and try to catch up in economy or get ahead in economy behind it, because he doesn't really have any attack going down until now, the Twilight. And, you know, I wouldn't be surprised to see the Robo come down eventually as well, but he's currently boosting out the +1 now, so he's going to do a bit of a move out here with a recall. No probes though, so no proxy pylons. He did force out those 2 spines, did scare Hyun a little bit, and yeah, he's just going to kind of macro out of this. 10 roaches on the way, so it's relatively successful, I suppose, already. Just forcing out units and forcing down spines.
Yeah, I mean, the spines don't have any transfuses behind them, but it's not enough zealots to take them down. There's no stalkers behind this either. And this is the big problem for Stork. He didn't get that pylon down, right? Like, the probes only just come out, so there's no warp ins. Everything's walking across the map, and it's such a large distance. So I guess maybe feigning a little bit of pressure here, but Hyun's not falling for it. Goes towards the third, and this is a lot of roaches. I mean, this is actual base killing power here.
He's kind of funnily enough, he's doing exactly what you said he, you know, could do, Rifkin, with those 3 bases mining 4 gases. Yeah. You know, no more than 4 gases, and he's just massing roaches and links. So he's
he actually takes a gold base behind us though, so I like that.
Oh, nice. Alright.
Gets the overcharge though, forces a couple force fields. Can't quite get a reach to finish off those sentries, but the speedlings start. As we say, have to be very careful. There's still a lot of force fields behind this.
Well, not a very good start for Hyun though. He got like 1 sentry for like 6+ roaches, so he's gonna tech up behind this. He's like, oh god, I gotta, you know, tech up now. 11 drones. You know, extract the spire, let's go.
Right, but that attack got a lot more than actual damage done. It brought Stork fully back home, so that's why he's able to afford to take this gold base. He's buying himself time to get that burrow tech. Once burrow comes into play, force fields will be laughable, at least until observers are out, but usually, you know, you don't have more than 1 observer out in the early game versus Zerg.
Yeah, I mean, although, yeah, I guess, I mean, Stork, that was kind of like a feign pressure though, right? So, I mean, the bad thing for Hyun now is that the tech he's got going down now could have been so much quicker. Like, he made so many units that didn't really accomplish anything, so you know, he's gonna be okay, but it's just everything he's doing could have been a bit quicker. But getting that gold down is gonna be nice for him, and if he can get those roaches and links in a position to, you know, base trade and get those mutas out, that would be good for him. I guess it looks like he's just gonna, you know, be on the defensive for now, because Stork is moving out and Hyun is just staying at home. He's gonna defend his gold base.
I'll get a couple warp ins coming. I like that Hyun's not really mining off this, because any drones here would honestly just probably get picked off, but big links around on the wrong side, because here comes the big attack from the left. Goes to pick off the 1 pylon though, so this might not actually work out too poorly. Like, okay, maybe the base will go down, maybe this was a greedy move, but as he saturates it with drones, the recall goes off. Oh, and he leaves some sentries behind!
Oh. And another sentry actually dies, so that's 3 sentries that went down, and a couple of stray stalkers, and, you know, a few zealots there, so not really too successful for Stork there, and that's gonna give Hyun the time he wanted to get those mutas out eventually. There we go, 6 mutas on the way. He's gonna get those extractors down on the 4th base, and those, you know, ling upgrades on the way as well. So that went better for Hyun than I think he was, you know, could have ever hoped for.
So what are you thinking here, ZG? Zombie Grib. What does Stork do in this situation? He's about to get swamped by links. Yeah.
Well,
when he gets surrounded. I'm like, where are the blinks? Yeah.
Tech is there, but not being utilized. Well, this is so many force fields these contain such a small amount of roaches. I mean,
I mean, that wasn't really too worrying, honestly. Hyun threw away a lot of links, and Stork didn't really dip down into supply again, just like last time.
Yeah. I mean, Stork was being so confident there, and I really like that. Yeah. A lot of links without upgrades, like, even if they get a full surround, but, you know, Stork realized, and, you know, we saw what happened there. It was a full surround, but the links didn't have the DPS, you know, enough DPS anyway, so Stork just stood there, you know, like, yeah, fine, whatever. I'll just force fill the roaches out, and just, you know, tank the links, because they don't do enough damage anyway. So that was... I didn't like that move by Hyun at all, because now he's giving the map control kind of back into Stork's favor again, where he could have had those units out to threaten to base trade, whereas Stork is going to be feeling better now, but still, we have mutas out, and there's, like, no stargates, so if Hyun can get those that muta count nice and high, he's gonna be in a pretty good position, I think.
That's what's worrying so far. But I mean, I want to echo like statement that Stork was so confident. Like most people would have immediately blinked back their stalkers and let all their sentries die, and had no field strokes whatsoever. Like that was super impressive. You could tell that Stork knew what he was doing. But I am also worried about these mutas. The lings come in again, and this time the swamp is a little bit more severe. The mutas are getting a lot of extra damage where the roaches were last time. But oh, that's such a that concave from Stork. I don't know, Hyun.
Yeah, so many stalkers. I'm not sure Hyun should be going for the fight. He could just try to do damage with a muta.
Look at the unit counting station. It stayed at 20 this whole fight.
Yeah.
It hasn't budged. I mean, loses a lot of the ground forces, but he quickly reinforces what he's missing. I think Hyun got the better end of that trade, quite frankly.
Yeah, that was okay. I mean, the big thing is that they've traded units lost relatively even, but Hyun is mining a ton from the gold base. So as we see on the supply, obviously he's gonna be having more supply if he's traded evenly and is mining more, so he's gonna want to do something about the gold base. Oh look, the link scouts the gold base of Stork right away, so he's gonna know about that. That's nice.
Would have been so much better had Stork had just a few more force fields to force off, half of those lings.
Yeah.
That was a little, it was less than perfect for sure, and Stork does have to cancel his gold base. I mean, Stork's gonna have a very difficult time getting back up into, near max. He's gonna stay around this 130, and Hyun might be able to just bully him.
Well, he's gonna get squished in once again. This is the problem with that last engagement. But there's so many mutas still. I mean, this is the big problem. 24 mutas, and there's nothing really focusing them down. There's no Archons, as you point out. There's no Stargate. Hyun just disengages. I mean, you can throw lings all day as long as you keep those mutas alive. They'll snowball way harder than Stalkers ever will.
Those lings died a lot faster than last time. This time he had a couple of zealots in there, definitely hacking away with their, 2-1 is actually pretty good against the relatively non-upgraded ling.
He goes to hold position. Oh, he's not gonna get there, but that's cool with the changelings.
He can fight those stalkers, yeah. Well, I guess he's gonna wait till they blink forward maybe and then fight.
Afraid of what's following, I suppose.
Well, still looking strong here. Gets a good chunk of the probe kills off for that one, but the big thing too is like, the Archons actually go down before they hit the mutas. Those were built strictly for the mutas, and they go down to the lings of the roaches.
Yeah, this is bad.
Oh my god, there's so many links here. There's way too many links here. I mean, they'll go down fast, but as we see, they're also going to take out a lot of those probes very fast. Stork, who never got that gold base up, who was unable to rebuild it due to the borrowed ling. I mean, okay, maybe he kills the mutas in the best case scenario, right? But he's lost so many probes behind this, and he doesn't have a strong economy to fall back on.
Yeah, and the third is getting focused fire by the lings. Nice move by Hyun, and he keeps not most of the mutas, but some mutas at least alive, and his economy is good enough. And 2-2 now on the way for the lings as well. So with muta laying 46 lings in production, so Hyun is going to be able to hold this counterattack off.
Well, Hyun has
Stork
to get
also
those
lost that nexus. He just straight up lost it.
Yeah, did go down. And Link Bros too, so BM, you can't even rebuild it. Not that he plans to. I'm pretty sure at this point Stork is all in. Because you lose a certain amount of this game, you just have to go for the big attack.
Yeah.
But okay, this gold base, I mean, this has really been giving Hyun that big economic boost. Maybe it goes down, maybe... Nah. There's too much here to defend. Blink the stock is back. The great control here being shown by Stork isn't going to be enough, though. Hyun playing with 600 APM right now. GG! Hyun is the first one out of the group. Another Zerg.
Yeah, I like it. It's alright. That's a pretty solid game there by Hyun, actually. I think a lot of people in some of the positions Hyun were in that game, Hyun just dealt with it really well. Just, good macro and good decision making. Like, he took some fights where I thought, that was looking a bit so-so with that. There were so many stalkers with great concave, but he actually made it work and just had a better economy. So nice game.
Yeah, no, definitely. This puts Stork down, guys, to fight the winner of Revival versus MMA. We now sadly have to go to the losers match. Once again, we're kind of doing this a little bit in reverse, but this will knock one of the players out, and we'll seed one last player to play against Stork, and that match will be the last. So 2 best of 3s remain, guys. Congratulations go out to Hyun, of course, for winning. Now I gotta go poke these guys and get a hold of